Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Webhead Podcast, where we talk about almost everything American pop culture topics. My name is Ryan Walsh.
And I'm Quinn.
We're your hosts, and we're going to be talking about some awesome topics today. The first one is that last night we had the brand new Captain Marvel debut. And Quinn, what did you think about this trailer? Were you surprised by what you saw?
So, I wasn't actually surprised. I'm not going to say I was surprised, because at this point, I kind of expect this level from Marvel as far as visual and budget and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think we saw anything, because this was supposed to be the story trailer, right? This was supposed to be the trailer where we finally got to see what this movie was all about. And we did, but not much more than we already knew. So it didn't really feel like anything new. I mean, we got to see a couple more footage, some better footage, I would say. You know, we got to see her actually fight, which was awesome. Like, visually wise, this looks like a really great movie. I do love Captain Marvel. I loved her when she was Ms. Marvel, honestly, more. Just because, you know, when she became Captain Marvel, she took someone's name with her.
Oh, yeah.
But
they advanced her.
The point is, I love the character, and I think she looks great. Her little laser beam powers look awesome on screen, which was something I was wondering how they were going to do. So I think visually it looks pretty good, but the story to me doesn't really... nothing I've seen so far is going to be that interesting to me. It kind of seems like something we've already seen before. Like, she seems like Peter Quill, almost, in the sense that she doesn't remember anything about Earth, but she's from Earth, and then she goes somewhere and has, like, amazing powers. It's a little different than Quill, but you know what I mean? I wasn't surprised by it. Everything kind of seemed right where it should be as far as what Marvel is.
Yeah, I think the problem that, like, you know, I think the problem that everyone has, and I have the problem too with the story of this entire trailer, is just that, like, yeah, I feel like I've seen it before, but also I feel like we saw the exact same thing as trailer number 1. Like, story-wise, not her showing off her powers and everything, but just the story itself. It felt like the exact same thing we already knew. Yes. I feel like I didn't really learn anything more.
Yeah.
So that's definitely where I'm at with that whole story part of the trailer. I'm like, okay, well, I was expecting a lot more story in this, because usually the first one, that's your teaser trailer. So it's just going to be some epic shots of the movie, like, you know, the hero looking up at the sky, being like, oh my God, I got to do my hero work, or, you know, something cheesy, whatever. That's what you expect from the first trailer. And we got that. We got a little bit of story. You understood that, yeah, she's being mind controlled by the Kree. And this one, what do they say? They say she's getting mind controlled by the Kree, basically.
Pretty much.
So, you know, and all of it's just her side. Everyone knows, like, if you're a Marvel fan, you're a fan, you know she's getting mind controlled by the Kree, because the Kree are not heroes like she suggests in the trailer. They're not heroes. They are like extremely messed up creatures. They experiment on a bunch of like alien creatures. They try to make weapons out of everybody. So it's like, you know, they're messed up creatures, and they're always like, you know, they're always looking for power. In my opinion, they're probably one, like, the best race of aliens in Marvel. They're my favorite. The Skrulls are right after them. But, yeah, story-wise, they didn't really show anything new. It's everything we knew from the last one. But I have to say, I love her powers. I love the way she looks. Whether it's in the green costume that everybody was complaining for the set photos, like, months ago. Back in January, I think. Literally January of 2018. But, like, oh my God, I love the way the green costume looks. I love the way the red and blue and gold costume looks. I love the mohawk. Everything looks amazing. She looks like she came out of... We were talking about this off air, Quinn. Right. She looks like she just came out of a Dragon Ball Z cartoon. She's going Super Saiyan. I love it. It looks so awesome. I was so pumped to see that she was, you know, really showing off her powers, because everyone was wondering, is she really going to be this powerful? Is she really going to be that powerful to take on, you know, like, more powerful than, like...
And her powers, people are saying, you know, like, in her powers, even in the comics, they're not really that... They're not that defined, you know what I mean? It's not like Captain America's strength, where it's like, he can pick up a car, or, you know, he could hold a helicopter in place, but he can't, you know... He's not like the Hulk, and he could, like, lift a tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah, no...
But, like, Captain America...
People have been sending me stuff, too.
Yeah.
But keep going.
Well, with Captain Marvel, is there really like her? It's just her laser beams, really, and her ability to fly, and that's never really been like, shown the limitations or anything like that. Like pretty much, if she can see it, she can zap it, kind of thing. So I think it's
Yeah.
kind of like interesting because that's why everyone was wondering how powerful is she going to be. Like she's definitely one of those characters that doesn't really seem to have ever been limited, in particular on how powerful she really could be. So I think they do have a lot of playroom in that, and I think we got to see a lot of it in that trailer, like you said, when she's flying in space, blowing up spaceships, basically
Hmm.
by herself. And I love the way she looks when she flies. She kind of like twirls around, and she's got like the star stream following her.
Yeah.
It
She
is
looks
so
like
light,
Thor.
yeah.
She
I
looks
think it
like
looks
Thor
better
in
than
Infinity
Thor.
War. Yeah, no, I think her powers look definitely better than Thor's. But like, when like Thor came into Wakanda and you see like, like on
Oh, he
Stormbreaker,
uses
it's like flames. It's like
well, because
flames on it.
he uses the what's the bridge? The Bifrost.
Yeah, but this is when he's already down, like, and he's like, was it like they already came down in the Bifrost? They're doing that epic shot.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you look at the hammer, it's like on fire. It looks like it's on fire, but it's supposed to be electricity. But it's like, it's kind of the same effect. It looks
Yeah.
amazing. Like, I love that
So
effect. It's really cool.
yeah,
And I'm
and
happy that her hair does it, like her hair floats.
yeah,
It just looks visually amazing. It looks visually amazing.
yeah. The visuals look absolutely great. I agree.
But like with her strength though, there have been a lot of people that have sent me images on like Twitter and all that because yeah, from a lot of comic books, I think there's only like a couple that really show off how powerful she is, like strength wise. Because yeah, I'm the same way. Like I always knew, yeah, she's shooting lasers and she's, that's kind of like her main source of power. She's not like, like Hulk strong. But then
Yeah,
there are some comic books that people show me, and of course there's so many comic books out there no one has read them all. So you have those people that are like, wait, I read this one comic book where she
right.
did do this. And it's showing her like, lift this entire asteroid. And it's like, it's bigger. It's like, it's just giant. It's like as big as a building
Yeah,
and she's holding it back. So that does show you in the comic books how strong she is. It's just something I personally have never read because they don't really just go out and be like, this is how strong she is,
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of tough. But I remember was it not Captain America, but like when Captain America Civil War was coming out, and they had like a new comic book series. It wasn't that good, but it was Civil War 2.
Yeah, I remember
And
reading the prelude to that and then being like, yeah, I'm not reading this.
oh yeah, it's not good. Don't
Yeah,
go read it. But like she fights, it's like instead of Captain America versus Iron Man, it's
yeah,
Captain Marvel versus Iron Man. Those are like the two leaders of the two sides. And it's like, in the last battle, Captain Marvel versus Iron Man, it's like the Hulkbuster versus Captain Marvel because she's way too powerful for Iron
yeah,
Man. So, I mean,
yeah.
that kind of shows you.
I
But,
mean,
like, yeah,
definitely
there's no definitive thing.
yeah, and it's been like she's definitely one of those characters that's become more powerful as she's become more popular. Like, because to be honest,
Yeah,
you go
definitely.
back 10
Definitely.
years and she was not a popular character. Not a lot of people knew about her. Not a lot of people cared that much about her. And then like Marvel kind of decided like we can market this character, and then they made her more and
Yeah.
more prominent and more powerful. So it kind of makes sense that she comes onto the stage and they're saying all this kind of stuff and all this. I'm not sure I'm buying into the hype because two things stand out for me this movie. Right, I don't think she's going to be more powerful than Thor going into Avengers because right now Thor is to me the most powerful in the movies.
Yeah,
Right?
no,
He beat
I don't think
Hulk.
there's anyone more powerful.
He
There's no
beat
one.
Hulk in the arena,
I mean,
right? With his
he
bare
didn't-
hands. He
nah,
didn't have
it was,
Mjolnir. He
it
beat
was a
Hulk.
BS.
dude.
It was a BS fight, in my opinion. They never.
But remember
give a
how
clear
he
winner.
loses? He loses because they
Oh.
shock him.
But Hulk gets right back up and he's ready to go. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those moments where it's
I
like,
don't know.
at the beginning, Thor was struggling, but then when he got the lightning, Hulk was struggling. It's like, it's one of those back and forth things, and they did exactly what they always
Yeah.
do. It's just like that whole thing where you
I
can
don't
have an
know.
argument for one or the
Yeah.
other. I
But
agree with you.
here's
I
the thing,
think
he
Thor
went-
definitely was about to win.
Thor is
I
the
think
most
Thor was
powerful.
about to win.
And then second
Yeah.
of all, this movie to me, and we talked about this off air a little bit before the podcast. This movie to me is exactly like Captain America: The First Avenger. It has the same kind of thing. Like, we need this character to be in so we can make this Avengers movie. we need to just throw in all the elements. We need to make the introduction. We have to get audiences used to the fact that she's a big deal. And in reality, like, that movie wasn't that great. I know you like it, Ryan in particular, but I hated that movie. I mean, I didn't hate it. Like, I love the World War II setting. Like, I enjoyed the characters, but that's probably it's probably one of Marvel's worst movies. Fair? Is that fair enough to say?
I can't say it. Oh,
hurts. Come on, think about it. Think about it. You know,
I will. Okay, so I won't say it's like one of its best movies or its worst movies. I personally would really just rank it, like, honestly, I'd rank it like probably in the middle. But that's because there's so many good ones. You know, it's like, it's very tough.
That's what I'm saying. And like, there's so many good ones. That this one, that the Captain Marvel, and that's where I feel like Captain Marvel kind of sits right now with me, because from this trailer, like, like, I already know how this movie's going to go down. Yeah, just judging as the trailers, obviously. We don't know because we haven't seen the movie. True.
But I do agree with you. I think, it's just like, I don't agree that, I think it's like, they need to put her on screen because we need her for Avengers 4. I'm pretty sure the original plan was actually she wasn't going to be in any of these, like, in these Avengers movies. They didn't. They weren't going to use her because they were just going to, like, Captain America, they needed him for the Avengers movie. That was just kind of like a...
Yeah, he's an Avenger. He's a title character. Like, they need to put him in. Yeah, he's kind
of like the leader. Everybody looks at Captain America. I always thought of him as the leader, even though in the comic books he didn't come into, like, issue 4. But anyways, they made him the leader. Yes. Captain Marvel, she wasn't needed in any of these movies. I think they would have been fine without her, but I'm really happy they're putting her in there. Yeah. I don't think they rushed the movie. Instead, I think there's just something big up their sleeve that they know they don't want to put anything in the marketing. They want you to think, she's just a really cool character that's coming out, and they're going to sell most people on this. People trust Marvel.
I don't know.
They trust Marvel as a brand.
But, like, for me,
it's time and time again.
Yeah. But for me, like, I don't, like, I liked Miss Marvel, right? I liked Captain Marvel, but I'm not a huge Captain Marvel fan, and most people aren't. So I feel like by them kind of, like, not showing their hand, it's hard for me to get hyped for this movie. It's hard for me to get excited because she's always been a B-list character to me. And then, like, going into it, like, this movie seems like another mid-tier Marvel movie. To me, like, I look at this and it's going to be like, another Ant-Man and the Wasp. Or another Ant-Man movie. Like, it's a fun movie. It's a cool movie. It has something about it that you like. Yeah, they're fun movies. They're good. I mean, we're all Marvel fans, so we love them. But overall, like, it's not going to, it's not going to be as great or as big of a deal as they're pushing it. And I feel like that's the thing. Like, they're telling me, like, she's going to be super powerful. This is going to be the best movie. We've got the Kree in it. And I feel like it just, from what we've seen, nothing about it has screamed to me, this is going to be better than Guardians. Or that this is going to be as good as The Winter Soldier, or as good as an Avengers movie, or the original Iron Mans. Like, nothing I've seen from it in particular has made me kind of, like, gone, oh, okay, that's what I needed to see. That's what I wanted to see. Now this is dope. Because we haven't seen this trailer, like, we haven't really seen anything new, like you said. We haven't really seen her... We've seen her powers, but not, like... We've only seen her use them. We haven't really seen them hit. Does that kind of make sense? Because, like, in the whole trailer, like, she shoots the beam, and we don't really see it hit anything in particular.
It looks cool. A bunch of ships.
I mean, we don't actually see the explosions, though. Like, it's too fast of a shot.
What? Yeah, you do. It's at the end.
I don't know. I feel like I need a little bit more... I needed a little bit more of, Captain Marvel in this trailer, and I needed a little bit more of the other characters for me to really be sold on this movie. Because I still feel like I'm just not there yet. I'm not sold on this movie because I still feel like Captain Marvel is just one of those characters, like Deadpool, like Harley Quinn, that comic books have cited, this is marketable, we're going to push it. I still feel like she's that character to me. And I want this movie to be, to change my opinion of that, but this trailer hasn't done that yet. It just seems like mediocre to me at best. And that's like, I don't think that's going to work if it's just mediocre.
I think people are going to go see the movie regardless just because of what Marvel has established. And you can see it even with, like, say, an Ant-Man and the Wasp. You can argue that those Ant-Man and the Wasp trailers kind of felt like this one did. I think this one's a little bit better. Yeah. But I think, Ant-Man and the Wasp was... you look at that movie and you're just kind of like, oh yeah, that's a fun comic book movie.
Fun family film. Yeah.
I think they perfectly place those movies right after a big Avengers movie because you need to okay, you had this giant event, let's bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think they perfectly place those movies right
after.
Yeah. This one, I think, I do agree with you story-wise. However, I don't think that they're just like, oh, we can... I mean, you can market her. I think they saw the potential in Wonder Woman, and that's what really greenlit this movie. But at the same time, they were always working on it. It's just Disney was probably the one where they're like, I don't know about that character. I don't know about that one. Then they saw Wonder Woman.
I feel like it's the opposite. Okay. I feel like Disney is
like...
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like Disney was the one who said, Wonder Woman is marketable. You have this character. You need to make her a big deal. You need to make her your Wonder Woman.
Well, I don't think that's true because they were working on this movie for a long time. This was back in phase, I think it's the beginning of phase 2. So Wonder Woman wasn't even on
we heard rumors of it.
No, Avengers Age of Ultron. That's when she was supposed to have her debut. That was confirmed thing. She was remember the ending of Age of Ultron when all the new Avengers are there? You had Falcon, Vision. Instead of Scarlet Witch being there, that was supposed to be Captain Marvel. That is a true fact. So they've been working on this character for a while. And I think Disney was definitely the one to push it. It probably was obviously it's a company-wide thing. And you'd be brain dead if you weren't like, okay, Wonder Woman was great. We need a female character.
Well, they've needed a female movie for years now.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
sure.
I agree. That's something they need for a while. I do agree with you. I think it's I think it's going to be a Black Panther level movie.
No.
No.
That's where I disagree.
I really do.
I don't see that. And that's just the thing. I don't see it at all. Because she's not Wonder Woman. And that's what it is. She's not Wonder Woman, and she'll never be.
Black Panther was Black Panther, dude. Who knew of Black Panther?
People have known Black Panther. And Black Panther has the African setting, the Wakanda. Right. And not to mention, people saw Black Panther and they were like, this is the best movie ever. People are still saying that movie's amazing. You know what I mean?
We haven't seen this movie, so what if this movie comes out? It's even better than Black Panther. I mean, look at the society we live in right now.
I think the Black Panther trailer, diversity, though. Yeah.
I think that's the stuff that's riding on it. Black Panther was a very much the diversity was pushing that movie. Diversity will push this movie. It's the same thing. It's just like Wonder Woman. When Wonder Woman came out, it was diversity in our society that was big time pushing this movie. I mean, it was good too.
But Wonder Woman is
it wouldn't.
But Wonder Woman is an icon.
She's bigger. Yeah,
she's way bigger than pretty much She's bigger than most Marvel characters, just because of what she represents. You know what I mean?
She's one of the biggest superheroes ever.
Facts.
Definitely.
Without that's just how she is. I don't think that Captain Marvel has that interest or start because she's interesting to us comic book fans because she's deep rooted within Marvel lore. But Wonder Woman isn't deep rooted in DC lore. She's forefront. The lore follows her, not with Captain Marvel, which you take the lore and then you find the character kind of thing. So I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like the general audience is going to necessarily just jump on the Captain Marvel train. I haven't seen the general audience particularly jump on that train. I haven't heard people talking about this movie. As much as I've heard people talk about Wonder Woman, as much as people I've heard... Because people are more excited for Wonder Woman, in my opinion, than they are for this movie. And that doesn't come out till, 2019, 2020? What did we...
I mean, that did have a movie under its belt, but the thing is that what Captain Marvel does have, and I think a lot of people do forget, it had probably one of the best setups, which was that Infinity War post-credit scene. All the characters died, and everyone was literally okay.
Let me ask you,
who's the hero that's going to push? Who's the hero that we need to save? Right. Captain Marvel was literally just it's an alley-oop. All you got to do is give us a great movie, and it's a slam dunk. I'm telling you, dude, they're setting it up, and then you got Avengers 4 right after. You need to see Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but what's a better setup? A little pager with your symbol on it, or a 20-minute fight where you're fighting Doomsday? What's a better setup?
Yeah. No, I'm not like I wasn't comparing it to Wonder
Oh,
Woman. I
okay,
was
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying,
I was
like
about
in
to say,
general,
it's like, I mean, they literally put Wonder Woman in a movie, and she was the
but
best part about that movie.
no, I agree with you. I think that was,
100%.
but like it's just like the amount of people that went to go see Infinity War and what they left you with, and she was the only sign of hope. That really just tells you, and everybody's going to go see Avengers 4.
Yeah.
I'm one of those very few people that think you don't need to promote that movie a ton to get people in seats,
Right.
because they literally were so shocked at the first one that they're going to go see the next one. And when you watch that end credit scene, like probably most people did, they're like, oh, I need to see Captain Marvel before I see Avengers 4. She's going to be a crucial part.
Yeah.
And that's probably true. And it's probably true. So I think that's what's going to get people in seats more than these trailers.
Maybe you're right. Yeah. I guess I see what you're saying. I'm not sure I 100% agree with you. Just because I think it would be different if she was a bigger character. But she's so new to the spotlight. Where people don't know anything about Captain Marvel. And like Guardians, like think about Guardians, like what brought people into the Guardians seats? Word of mouth. Word of mouth, right? Everyone said this movie's amazing, and their first trailer where they were playing Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Sweet.
I think it's a mix of those two,
Those two things. So right now I don't have a trailer that sold me yet. And I mean, we haven't seen the movie, so we don't know if it's going to be good, but it's already missing that one crucial part. And, so for me, like, this is where it's going to run into that. It's an obscure space character of Marvel's. And if it doesn't have, like, people saying that it's going to be really, really good, I don't think it's going to be as successful as you're estimating. And that's just...
I think, this is all, like, I personally think the only way this is going to be, like, Black Panther level is, it's going to be, it has to be a good movie. If it's not a good movie, I don't think it's going to make it. If it sucks, I think that's kind of like, I think it'll get like, I think this movie is going to be $1 billion movie. I really do. Just because of the society we live in, how she was set up, and I don't even think the trailers really factor into it. I think it's just how she was set up. Like, I think those are the best trailers she's gotten. Just like, damn, I have to go see that movie. So, I mean, that's just what I think. I think that's the only thing she needs to set her up. But... now on from the Captain Marvel trailer to some unfortunate news with Marvel. It seems as though Netflix has just gone on another rampage and canceled Daredevil. So now we have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and
this is a tragedy.
Daredevil done.
This is just not right. I will tell you right now that this is un-American. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that was... to end the show like that?
Yeah.
I'm really upset. My God. It's
annoying because, like, how it was set up, like, it was big time set up for, like, there's a 4th season coming and we're going to get the real Bullseye.
Finally.
Like, and I did like the Bullseye that they gave us. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's a great actor. It was a great setup, but where's Bullseye? I want him to say, my name is Bullseye. I want him to pick up a gun, and I want him to shoot somebody square in the head. And I just wanted to see that. I want
the costume.
I want the costume. They already teased the costume with the hat with the Bullseye on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so...
and they could have made it really cool. They could have made a really cool costume. I think it could have been similar to the Daredevil costume. Kind of like that body armor,
Yeah.
And, like, it just, like, put it in...
it would have been so easy.
Colors.
They've already done it. Cool. They could literally have done the same costume, right? The Daredevil costume. He could have taken off the mask and just put on a different one.
Yeah, exactly.
But to cancel it just like that, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like, I thought this was going to happen, but I didn't think that it was going to go before Jessica Jones did.
Yeah. See,
I really didn't think that was going to happen.
This is why I'm interested, because we have Punisher and Jessica Jones, which, like, Punisher, like, it was okay. The first couple episodes are pretty good. I didn't finish it because it got really, really boring about halfway through, and I just don't have the time for it. But people really liked Luke Cage, but I felt like it was very, very specific people. You know what I mean? Whereas with Daredevil, like with all the Marvel Netflix shows, like it was a specific audience that liked a specific show. Like they were hitting a specific market with all of them. You know, like really hardcore Marvel fans liked Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And, you know, certain people liked Luke Cage, certain people liked Punisher, and certain people liked Jessica Jones, but everybody liked Daredevil because it was just so damn good. You know what I mean? And so for them to cancel it, I mean, does this, because we talked about it earlier, about them moving this to the DC streaming service. Is this, you know...
Or Disney streaming service. Maybe.
Yeah.
Too many streaming services.
Too many. Did I say DC? I said the DC stream. Oh my god. I meant to say Disney.
DC, same thing, dude. It is that. It's literally just like, you know. It's
so
like,
close. It's the same syllables.
Too many streaming services.
It's too many.
I just think that, like, you know, I don't think they're going to move it. I think it's done.
No, I can't believe that.
No, I think it 100% is done. I'm pretty sure they even came out and said it's not coming to Disney.
I remember hearing something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a little thing on it, and honestly, like, that does sell me. I don't know why you would cancel it, because it'd be so much easier to just be like, hey, season 4 is coming, but it's going to be on the Disney streaming service. You know what I mean? It'd been so much easier than canceled. You know? So,
why did they cancel this thing? That's what I really want to know. Because there's no way that it wasn't.
When it first came out, 57% of the views were down. But why were the views down on it? Oh, I have an idea. Because you made people wait too long? One, people waited way too long. Two, you had the Defenders, which the Defenders I thought it was okay. It wasn't good, though. To most people, they didn't like it. And then you had too many Jessica Jones seasons, too many Luke Cages, Iron Fist. You had Iron Fist season 2 before you had Daredevil season 3.
Right.
Horrible idea. Because we didn't even had to wait for Iron Fist.
And maybe this is the problem that Netflix has, is that not a lot of their shows last a long time. And I think this is the problem, that they burn bright and then they burn out quick.
Yeah, I don't know any shows that have really, like...
I mean, House of Cards is the only one that I can think of.
Yeah, there you go.
That's actually... But even that show, like, it's ending now. You know?
But wasn't Kevin Spacey in it?
Yeah, he was fired. For
yeah, exactly. You know,
for misconduct.
For his little problems.
Yes.
But, you know, like... Yeah, so that makes sense, because he was, like, one of the main stars on it. So that makes sense.
He was the star. This show was based around him.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like I never watched it, but I just remember seeing him on all the promotional stuff. So it's like obviously he's a big character.
That was the first big show they had, and it's weird that like nothing else that they've done has really been able to last more than a couple seasons. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't.
That it is.
Yeah, it's just so tragic, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy about it either, dude.
I think
it's very upsetting.
And I think when you put it like that, like they waited too long, I think you're absolutely right. Because this took like, what, years for me to get Daredevil Season 3? And maybe that'd be okay if Season 2 wasn't just such a prelude to other seasons, to other shows.
Yeah. Like,
think about how much we spent of Daredevil's run just introducing other characters.
Punisher.
Yeah,
no, season two was a mess. In my
opinion. Was a mess. So like, no wonder why people weren't gonna watch the first episode, because you just butchered the show. It was your best show, and instead of being like, you know, like, oh, okay, we're gonna do one episode with this new character, you dedicated a whole season to 2 different characters. You set up Punisher, and then you set up Defenders, instead of just making
with Elektra, basically.
Yeah,
Since she was the main villain in Defenders.
And it's like, it's their own fault, because they just used their own show as a marketing campaign for others. Yeah. And that was their best show. Instead of just leaving it their best show. I mean, honestly, this is heartbreaking to me, because I felt like Charlie Cox was somebody that I could watch play Daredevil for like 10 seasons, easily.
Yeah, no.
I feel like I could have watched that show forever, because it's so interesting. Kingpin, like, their cast is just on another level.
Villain was good.
Yeah, the villain was good. I love the fight scenes they've done in that show, because they're brutal, and I think that's so unique in this era where we're having huge laser beam fights and these crazy things, and everybody wants to be more spectacular. These guys were like, no, this is a street fight.
Yeah.
It's so tragic
It definitely
to me.
had it. Yeah, it definitely was unique. I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah.
I think like another thing that killed it was just that they had way too many episodes with these seasons.
You think
like,
so?
I'm definitely one of those people that's like, give me more. Like, I always want more.
Yeah.
But sometimes you really do look at it and they're like, oh, you don't want to watch a movie where it's like 5 hours long.
Yeah.
Like, say in Infinity War, that's 5 hours long. I mean, everybody, you know, like Marvel fans and everything, at the first thing you're thinking about it, you're like, oh my God, yeah, I'd love to see a 5 hour movie. I'd sit down and watch that. But then
you get to that fourth hour and you're like, this character is literally just walking for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, this movie's just not that good. And it's like, you know, they were 13 episodes for most seasons. Defenders was the only one, in my opinion, that was accurate, like, had a good
7
amount
episodes.
of episodes.
I think.
It was like, it was like 7
or 8.
So, like,
yeah.
Actually, I think, it was either 7 or 8. I think, it's one of those. But, like, you know, that was perfect. I mean, if you think about it, that's 8 hours. That's a long time. So it's like...
I remember trying to watch Daredevil, and you're right. Because
too long.
You get to that 10th episode, and it feels like the climax. You feel like you're already there, and then something happens, you know, and then it just kind of gets pushed out over 3 more episodes. And after, like, going back, like, after you said that, just thinking about it, like, yeah, that last episode was kind of crap because it was just like the 2 episodes before it, and then we had a whole episode dedicated to Karen for, like... That killed
it.
For no reason.
That killed it for me.
Yeah.
It really did. Like, you didn't need her backstory. You could have just said it. You didn't need to show a whole episode, an hour of showing Karen's backstory. You did not need that. That's what killed the pacing of the show. It was perfect.
You could have ended it on that episode instead of stretching it out for another one.
Whoops.
It's just...
Yeah, no, I just...
And honestly, like, such a great show, such a terrible last episode. Because I hated that. Oh, are you on the phone?
No, there's a phone going on in the background. Let's just keep going, though. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Not our problem.
Sorry about my phone in the background.
Ryan, don't you...
We still have a landline.
Ryan's the kind of guy who doesn't silence his phone in the movie theater.
I know, right?
Jeez, what a guy.
I make sure I bring my landline to
you suck,
movie
dude.
Theater.
You bring your landline?
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, the landline just going off in the background. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Another spam call. But, I'm just, like, disappointed because, like, you know, they set it up pretty well. I thought season 3 was really good, you know, minus that Karen episode. And then,
I didn't like the last episode. Yeah.
I would say I liked most of the last episode except for the ending fight and all that. I thought it was a little bit like...
pretty much, like, once they get to that scene where they're in the wedding... Like, when they're all at the wedding, like, when Bullseye shows up to the wedding, and right after he gets off the mic and he leaves it, pretty much from that point on, it sucks.
Yeah, I felt more, like, I liked the episode, I think it was still the last episode, but when Nadeem, like, what happened to his character and everything, like, I thought that was the climax. You know what I mean? Like, that felt more of a climax than the actual climax of the whole thing.
And then I thought would be the climax is... one of the scenes I really thought was going to be the best climax of the scene, because it was like everything was building up to it. It was the most tense, most like, this is it moment, was when he sneaks into Fisk's compound the first time. You know, when he's in the control room with the lady, and he's like, when is Fisk coming back? I thought that was going to be the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, nope, you got 3 more episodes to go. There was a couple good scenes in that.
Yeah, like, and and that's the length problem. Like, that's what I think. It's just like the episodes. It feels like there's 5 endings sometimes.
Yeah, it really did. You know.
And most of the time when I'm watching, like, oh, this is the last episode. This is gonna be like the big episode and everything, and it's just kind of like, sometimes when you start the episode, it's just like it doesn't even feel like the last one. It feels like we're in the middle of the season still. So it's like, what are we doing? Like, this is supposed to be a build up, but like. We could go on all day about the episode problem, but I think that, like, with what they're going to do with Daredevil from now on, I think is a little bit different. I personally think the best thing to do with Daredevil is Marvel can just put him in one of the movies. I think they really need to... I don't want to put him... I don't want to, like, a recasting. I don't want that, but it's probably going to happen. I do think that they will eventually... I think they'll put him in as, like, a side character.
I
like,
mean,
you know how they're doing like
that's
Black Widow
like,
or Hawkeye. I think they're going to do something like that with Daredevil.
it's just like, how do you just sneak him in? How do you sneak in a blind lawyer into
I'll
Marvel's
put him
like
put him in
spectacular
a
universe?
Put him in a Spider-Man movie. I want to see a Spider-Man and him team up. I mean, they got similar villains, you know, very similar villains. So it's like, you know, Kingpin. Have Kingpin to be the big baddie for a Spider-Man movie, but then Daredevil's there too. You know,
That's a
just,
stretch,
like,
dude. That's a stretch. I mean, it would be cool.
I think they could. It would.
I think
mean, obviously, don't just have Daredevil show up, but obviously, like, you're gonna have to introduce that character into the cinematic universe, kind of like Black Panther or how they did Spider-Man. Similar ways like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. That seems something more like what DC would do. Just kind of ragtag together a movie of popular characters and say, okay, print.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I do think that's like they need to use him. He's a huge character. I want to see him in the movies. I've always wanted to see him in the movies, and I specifically want to see him with Spider-Man because they're the best together. I do like the Daredevil and Spider-Man team up. I think they're very cool together.
I just want to see Charlie Cox back in the shoes. Honestly, like if Daredevil's, if he's not in it, dude, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I really don't, because he's so, and like the way they handled him, there's so many levels to him on that show, and so many levels to that character. Where if you just kind of like wipe all that out and start over, it's like there's so much there that I just kind of miss. That I'll miss so much that I'll miss.
And even worse is like, I mean, Jessica Jones and Punisher is still a thing.
Not for long. Not for long. I give it one more season for both, and then they're going to cancel them.
Jessica Jones actually was doing pretty well. Second season, I'm pretty sure got decent views, but I heard that it wasn't good. I didn't watch it because I didn't want to watch it. I didn't like the first season all that much, and I didn't want to waste 13 hours on something I didn't want to see. Yeah. You know, it's a long time.
I don't think the steam is going to carry over into the third season of Jessica Jones. I really don't, because where are you going with her? You know, you're going to have Luke Cage show up again? I don't think so. I think the well is running dry over there at Marvel Netflix. I think the well has run dry.
Yeah, I think Disney knows this, and they're like, okay, our streaming service is coming next, and we're going to actually, like, destroy all other streaming services, because I know they're going to do it. They're going to make a really cool one.
I don't know, maybe.
I think so.
Honestly, like,
just set photos
if it wasn't for Star Wars, Star Wars, I would say no. But with Star Wars, like, it's so hard to bet against them. Because this is like the golden news for Star Wars fans. Is like, you're getting your own like streaming shows, high budget, long episodes, short seasons. That's like Star Wars, and that's like everything a Star Wars fan has ever wanted. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to beat. It's gonna be
Mandalorian. It looks. I cannot wait to see like the first trailer and everything. It looks awesome, and then like, you know, the Marvel streaming stuff like Scarlet Witch and Loki. All these cool characters that we do want to see. Like I want to see Loki helm his own movie. But having him just get some episodes on the streaming service and have them doing a high budget, you know, Marvel Studios is doing it, sounds amazing to me. Yeah. But now really on to our third topic. We're going to be moving over to a little bit of video games because there is a new video game that I've always loved Smash Bros. But Quinn is a huge fan of Smash Bros. Huge fan of it. Honestly, so Quinn, I'll let you go.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this because I have my Switch right here. I'm going to show you guys. I already have the game downloaded. I have this thing on me all the time. Right here. You guys can't see it because it's too bright, but I guarantee you it's right there. And I'm so excited for this game for a couple of reasons. One is I never had the Wii or the Wii U. I didn't particularly like the system, so I kind of missed out on Smash Bros. For a long time. But Switch is such a great portable system. I mean, honestly, I think it's one of the best systems available right now. I think just in the terms of the product itself and what it brings you, it's pretty cool. And if you don't have a Switch, like, you should pick one up. They're a lot of fun. And the idea that we're getting Smash Brothers for it is something that I've been waiting for since I heard the Switch was coming out. You have, what is it? What did I say the other day? 74 total characters, I think. 70 to 74 total characters in it. Every single Super Smash Brothers character ever! Which means I get to wreck fools with Pichu. So excited for that.
Yeah.
So, and all the stages. And I think what they really did for anybody who's ever played a Smash fan is that they made this a game that anybody who ever liked Smash Brothers can pick up. They brought things back from the Melee fans. You know, if you like to play with the classic GameCube controller, you can. I actually just bought the adapter. It's also right.
That's right. I remember seeing that too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The adapter's a really good deal. I saw the price tag on it. It's only $20, whereas the Pro controller is like 50.
That's not bad.
But think about it. I have two GameCube controllers sitting in the back. So for $20, I get to use two controllers, whereas opposed to paying like $50 to $60 to get a Pro controller. And you don't have to use a Pro controller either. Online battling, all this kind of stuff, like, you know, even from the character selection, there's something here for anybody who's ever picked up the game. And I love that about Smash Brothers is that it takes a second to learn, but a lifetime to master. And it's probably my favorite.
The moves.
What?
I say the moves are pretty difficult after a while. Like learning all, like, you know, like sometimes I have like that whole list up, and it's like I gotta learn the moves.
But here's the thing: like if you play other fighting games, right, you have to learn the button press combos. You know, like in Mortal Kombat, it's like X down to the side. It's like a complicated button combination, which is fun for like a lot of fighting game people. But that's not easy to pick up. That's not easy to pick up by any shot. With Super Smash Brothers, it's A, and then a directional. B, and then a directional. This controls are so basic and so simple that you really just kind of get this freedom to make the character do whatever you want to do. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be such a fun game. I've already pre-ordered the DLC, so I'm going to get to play as Piranha Plant. Did you see that, Ryan?
No, I didn't actually get to see that.
So if you pre-order the game or if you buy it online, which you need to do, you get access to Piranha Plant as a fighter when it comes out, which is like...
I actually asked... I asked for it for Christmas, so I'll definitely have to tell the person I asked for.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah,
I played the one on Wii. I've played every single one. I mean, Brawl. Brawl was really good. I played the one, was it Melee was the GameCube one?
Yes. That's hailed as the best one.
Before that. I don't know if there's any ones before that.
Yes. So I had the original, which was just called Super Smash Brothers. It was on Nintendo 64. And that was my childhood right there, because I used to play that with friends all the time. I used to play Link. That's what it came on. I was always playing Link. He was so much fun.
I like playing as Sonic. It's definitely I'm definitely one of those, like, I just liked how, it was in Brawl, and he would literally just go
Sonic's not in
across
Brawl.
The screen. He was in Brawl. He was like one of the last characters, He was the last character that you could unlock. It was like, he was like one of the last ones, and like he would go around he would be turned into a ball and just go across the map and could hit people so easily, but, Sonic was pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right. He is in that game. I totally forgot.
Yeah, he was at the end. And then I forget who the other character is, because I'm not big in like Nintendo video games, but like the Angel dude. Forget what his name was.
Pit.
I remember Pit. That's right. He was so good. He was like
he was
one
good.
Of the annoying characters. He was one of the annoying ones, but like he had some.
He was very annoying, but he was fun.
It's really good.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, they've made a lot of really smart tweaks, because I've been keeping up with this game. So for the most part, most of the annoying characters in the past, which have been like Pit, Meta Knight, and of course the dreaded Bayonetta. If you're playing Super Smash Bros. 4, I feel sorry for you, because the game is basically all about Bayonetta and Cloud, from what I've been told. All of those characters, everyone's kind of been leveled out. So if you go online and you look at tier lists for most of these characters, it's not like in tier lists there's basically who's good and who's bad, and they put it in tiers, like, so some characters are really, really good, and then some characters are okay, and then yada yada yada. The more tiers you have, the worse the game is, because it just means that there's more characters that aren't viable, and this one, everyone seems, for the most part, pretty viable.
Yeah, I remember Samus. Samus was another big one I liked to play as. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Such a cool character.
Yeah.
No, the game looks awesome. The graphics look really good. It's Super Smash Bros. In my opinion, Nintendo is one of those companies where it's like they have like the video game characters, So it's like they don't really need to show everybody the best graphics, or they
No.
don't need to show anybody like
And
the
that's
newest titles.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the genius of the Switch. Is like, it's not about being at the forefront of the, because honestly, like, no console is going to be better than a PC. So if you're constantly on that train of like, oh, console, like you could get a PC. You know what I mean?
It's way better.
Yeah, and it's way better. And honestly, you're going to use the PC for more things. Now, I happen to have a PC, an Xbox, a PlayStation, and a Nintendo Switch. So I kind of am at the middle ground here. And there's things I like about each one of them. I like PlayStation's exclusives. I like the Xbox controller. I like how PC plays for a lot of shooters and all that kind of stuff. But the Switch is awesome, man, because I can take that thing wherever I can play it wherever, and it's always fun.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't played a game on it yet that wasn't just enjoyable. It doesn't have as many games, but it's always fun to play.
Yeah, the only games I have right now are was it Zelda Breath of the Wild? That's really good.
Really good game.
Super Mario Odyssey, I was so surprised with. I love that game.
Yeah.
I beat it. I was having so much fun with that game.
That's what I've heard.
And And then, I think I bought that ARMS game. I thought the ARMS game was pretty cool. As long as you have somebody else to play it with. If you're playing it by yourself, it's not that fun.
No.
But as long as you got somebody else, if you have, somebody else you're playing it with, that's pretty cool. I just saw they came out with a new Pokemon game.
Pokemon,
I'm not, I was never big into, the Pokemon games, but I definitely want to start getting into them because I've just heard
that's a great game to get into. It's honestly wicked easy. Because of the changes they made. It's basically a remake of Pokemon Yellow, which Pokemon Yellow was a remake of Pokemon Blue and Red, which were the first Pokemon games, except in Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu followed you around the whole game, and he was like one of your Pokemon.
This is pretty decent.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They definitely have some really good ones. I'm pretty sure I bought the 2DS not too long ago, and I have one of the Pokemon games. I just haven't gotten to play it because my girlfriend has it, of course. She loves it because I got the Switch. So I don't really get to play it all that much.
Right.
But anyways, the game comes out December 7th. Definitely you can pre-order it now, like Quinn said. Get the DLC while you can. Always fun to get DLC.
I think it'll be worth it for this one. I mean, honestly,
I think so too.
I'm gonna do it because I think it was like $20 extra, and it's gonna be 5 fighters and a stage. So 5 fighters, 5 stages, and then music too. But I don't really care too much about the music, even though the music in the game is actually really good. Because it's just all the Nintendo scores throughout the years, and there's been some really good music in there.
It sounds like it's a pretty good bundle, if you just pre-order it. So you might as well.
Yeah, you might as well.
Why not?
I mean, it's
But anyways, moving on to another big thing within superhero movies. We thought it'd take a nice little transition with video games, and now back to superhero stuff.
Yep.
The Aquaman movie reactions have come out, and they came out within the past week. So we thought we would talk about them and everything across the board. As Quinn and I predicted, it's awesome. Everyone's just saying it's an awesome movie. I haven't heard much stuff about it being any negative comments. I've heard a couple, but they're nitpicks of what you hear. Everyone's saying this is a super solid movie.
Yes.
This movie is awesome. So Quinn, what do you say? What do you think about this?
I'm so relieved, but at the same time, I don't care because I knew it all along. I had no doubts. Well, I did have doubts, but I didn't care because I'm too excited to see this movie that it doesn't matter what the critics said. I'm gonna go see this movie, but it's good to know that I'm gonna like it too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good to know. And honestly, from what I've heard, it sounds like it is what the trailers portray it as. It is a huge adventure film, a real classic adventure film that we haven't really seen in a while. Because, I mean, if you think about it, adventure films, I think were most popular in, the early 2000s. You know what I mean? Things like The Mummy, stuff like that, which Mummy's only okay. But, you get the idea, Indiana Jones, that kind of stuff, 90s, 20s, maybe even 80s. I know what you're talking about, dude. I feel like this is going to be one of those classic adventure films. They're spanning the globe, and they're going on this crazy quest, and, they meet all these different characters, and it's a wild journey. I love that category of film. It's my absolute favorite. And it looks like it has all my favorite elements of Aquaman in it. And I feel
Yeah.
like the reviews are saying that I'm right in thinking that's what this movie is. So it's just more and more getting me so unbelievably hyped for this movie.
Yeah, no, I think this movie is going to be absolutely fantastic. I was saying it since, like, like was it the first trailer came out at Comic-Con? When that trailer came out, I was sold. I was like, this is going to turn
Yeah.
the DCU around. If anything is,
Yeah.
this is going to be the movie. And then seeing Shazam as well. Honestly, like, it's exactly what, like, I know for myself. Like, I was saying this way back.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you've
been saying this for a while.
June or July. I was just like, once that trailer came out and then we saw the Shazam one right after it, I was like, oh, these are going to be amazing. These are going to turn everything around.
Yeah.
Now I totally get what their plan is, and I think it's the right plan. And I'm so happy that Aquaman is the one that's going to be turning this ship around.
I know.
It's like, Aquaman is a cool character, and nobody knows
This
that.
is
A lot of people think he's stupid, but he's not. He's such a cool character.
Yeah, he's got so much to him. And that's the thing. I feel like he's just this is like another Guardians of the Galaxy. To me, this is what it feels like. It feels like this is one of those movies that's just coming out of left field, foot on the gas, and it's coming like a tide. Like it's just gonna knock everything over in its path. It's a tidal wave of a film, and people aren't ready for it.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be big. I do.
I really think this is gonna be that movie where DC, because we all thought Justice League was their last chance. I said that before.
Yeah.
Justice League is it. If they don't make Justice League good, nobody's going to go see another movie. And then,
It's true.
Aquaman comes out and it just looks so much fun. The critics are loving it. I've heard some people are comparing it to Marvel movies and saying,
Black Panther. They're saying, like, it's like as good as that. And Black Panther is a phenomenal movie.
They're saying it's as good as that, huh?
So. Oh, yeah. They think, like, some dude, I remember you saying, like, it's like, oh, Aquaman is tied for my favorite superhero of the year, which is Black Panther. He's like, I can't pick. They're both amazing. And it's like, Black Panther is probably one of the best superhero movies. Really just looking at it, like, critically, like, as a movie.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best superhero movies ever made. And now saying that Aquaman's going to be somewhere around there, at least, like, even if it's a little bit below it, that's saying something.
Oh, I think it's going to be better.
That's saying something.
I really do.
I hope it is.
But maybe it will be better because I like that stuff more than I like Atlantis. I like Aquaman's journey into becoming Aquaman. I like that story more than Black Panther. I mean, I think I will like that more. And I'll tell you, it's so exciting to finally get to see like this, and it's going to be such a great, grand, beautiful story. And I think that's what's going to really like. It just seems like that giant long journey
adventure.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, I know what you're saying, dude. It's like hard to explain.
Yeah.
But it's so true where it's like, this is going to be an epic adventure journey.
Right.
Where I totally agree with you. Like, when you look at like Infinity War, you look at like, say, like any other DC or Marvel movie.
They're not adventures.
I agree. There's something about like,
they're action films.
They're adventures, but they're not like Indiana Jones.
Exactly.
Like Indiana
it's
Jones
not like,
is an adventure
it's not like
movie.
the first episode of Star Wars, in which they're going across the galaxy. The small town kid is going up off this thing. It's not like a King Arthur story. It's got that kind of adventure aspect to it, but this one looks like a straight up classic old school adventure film. And we haven't seen anything like that in so long that I feel like just seeing that again is going to be so exciting and so refreshing and so... It's my favorite category of film. And the fact that it's coming back in the form of Aquaman, I just think that it's really going to grab people by their imaginations.
No, I agree with you. It's probably one of my favorites as well. It's like what actually got me into like just straight up like loving movies. It's like everyone thinks I'm probably just like into the superhero stuff, but it's like, no, I actually love all of movies. I like to go see all of the movies every weekend. It's like, I love doing all that stuff because I'm actually, like, I'm a huge superhero fan. Don't get me wrong. I love my superhero stuff, but I'm a huge movie fan. I love movies.
Yes.
It's like, the classic Indiana Jones stuff. I used to love watching the Temple of Doom, even though it's not like the best one.
Yeah, I still like that one too. Just because it's that thrill. Yeah. It's that adventure. And I feel like that's something that I've seen in these Aquaman trailers that gets me more excited than any trailer I've seen as of late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I feel like it's just that element that we don't really get to see, because superhero movies are so much. They've been built up to be so much more and this and that we haven't really had one that's been like a really true adventure in so long. I mean, like what superhero movie can you think of that's been like a true adventure tale?
The only one I can think of, that can come close, is probably like Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
Because that's very much, I think it's kind of
I would say
similar,
the Thors.
like he's not going after the Trident.
Yeah, I would say even the Dark World, kind of. Because he goes to the other planets and he does that kind of thing. I would say that one.
A failed attempt, I would say.
Hey, I like that movie. I still like that movie.
Get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
I like that. I like that more than Captain America: The First Avenger. 100%.
Oh my god, dude. All right, we're going to move on to something else because I'm getting so mad right now. That's so bad. How can you like that movie
It's
more?
a better movie, dude. What do you mean, dude? There's no space Nazis in it.
No, it is not.
What do you mean? The whole scene with Loki pretending to kill himself.
Oh yeah, I love that. Only seen that 15 times.
That's the first time we've seen it.
Nah, dude, he in the first Thor movie, lets go and he goes into this black hole in space.
Oh yeah, well then
it's
Thanos
oh yeah,
finds
he's
him.
dead, and then the end credits scene, it's the fastest I don't know resurrection for a character ever. It's literally the ending of the movie is Loki dying, and then oh yeah, by the way, he's still alive.
Dude, he's never gonna. Loki can't die, dude. He's never gonna die.
Well, they said he's dead now. He's dead now.
The only other one I could think of was either Doctor Strange, and honestly,
that's true. Yeah,
Avengers:
definitely.
Infinity War is actually kind of like an adventure film.
It is, but it's just not the same feeling.
Not the same feeling at all. That you're gonna get through going through this wild ride.
Yeah, we're not saying that Infinity War wasn't an amazing movie. Right. Obviously we freaking were dying. It was just amazing. It was
amazing, but I feel
but this has a different feel.
This has something that we didn't get from Avengers: Infinity War. This just has that one extra thing. I mean, obviously there's a lot that Aquaman does not have that Avengers War, Infinity War does have, but it's that exciting to see that kind of film and bring it to an Aquaman perspective, because it's really the perfect film for it. And I think they have an excellent cast. I think Jason Momoa is really going to stand out in this role because he kind of has the freedom to be the Arthur Curry that will be unique. You know what I mean? I think Amber Heard. I actually think Amber Heard's going to be
She's going to be cool.
Yeah,
because
because
she's going to be sweet.
Mara is
great.
As much as I don't always like this, she is the strong female character to me. She's in the comics, she's always kind of a tougher girl. She's kind of got a jagged edge to her.
Big time.
You know what I mean? And I don't usually like to say
she's
that.
No pushover.
Exactly.
She doesn't need to be rescued.
Yes, and I love that about her. And I think Amber Heard is really gonna. She's really gonna portray that really well. She's gonna have that edge. She's gonna have that kind of fierceness to her. She's gonna have that kind of don't mess with me attitude. She's gonna be a boss ass bitch. Is what she's gonna be.
Hell yeah.
And
Ocean Master, I think he's gonna be a big standout. I think Black Manta's gonna be sweet.
Oh my god.
The only thing is now thinking about Infinity War. If the whole movie was literally just you didn't see anything of the other Avengers or anything like that, and you only saw Thanos and Thor.
Yeah.
I would say that then you would probably have the exact same thing as Aquaman.
Yeah.
Because Thor, what is he doing? He's going after the hammer. What's Aquaman doing? He's going after that trident.
If it was Thor for, Infinity War.
Yeah.
Not Avengers Infinity War, or it was Thor Infinity War. That would be an adventure film 100%. But there's just too much going on.
And he won.
Yeah.
He actually cut off Thanos' head or arm. I still love the whole thing of people he should have cut off his head, but I'm and I watch a bunch of videos and I'm just nah, he definitely should have cut off the arm. He could have still bragged to Thanos, but then he can't do anything because his arm's chopped off. He can't stop. It literally is that perfect. I love that.
Hey,
it's funny.
He's wielding a godlike hammer that he just got 3 minutes ago against the power of the infinite cosmos. His accuracy is not going to be the best here, guys. Okay, let's give him a little bit of credit here.
That's true. And that's right. Was it and the movie comes out what? Aquaman comes out the 21st?
The 21st of December. Yep, best day of my life.
Everybody knows though it's like the 20th because everyone goes sees it like you know, Thursday night.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it on the podcast because we're gonna be buzzing about the movie when we come out. We know we are.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I'm gonna see it the 15th because I got some early tickets to go see it. But it's not that far off from like the 20th. It's only like what, 5 days? So it's not that, like it's not that big of a.
I mean, it's a big deal for me because I don't get to see it. It's tragic, but that's the one day of the year that I can't go see a movie. It's the one day.
Yeah.
I would do it on Christmas Day. Do it on Christmas Day. Mother's birthday.
I would. That is a Christmas present, in my opinion.
That's the best Christmas present I'd ever get, but I don't get it.
Yeah, no, nothing can top that.
Oh,
and so also, like, really just, like, going back to the beginning of the podcast, too, I really want to, like, say this. Aquaman's trailers did so much more for me than the Captain Marvel ones.
Yes.
Did so much
100%.
And I'm someone that is arguing for these Captain Marvel trailers and all that. But I still don't think... And, like, I say it's a good trailer. I just say it's a good one. It doesn't blow me away or anything like that. But, you know, like, story-wise... I'm way more into this Aquaman story than I am. You're more hooked. Yeah, no, big time hooked.
And I feel like they've shown a little bit too much of the film. But, I mean, it's Aquaman. They have to. They have to get people.
The thing is, they said that they didn't show anything. That's what a lot of people are saying. It's like, you think you've seen the whole film, but you didn't. And I'm like, oh, man, I cannot wait to see this. It's going to be... I mean, I'm so excited.
They've shown, like, nothing of Black Manta, and that's, like, going to be...
They showed I remember in I think it was back in August. They had like the 5-minute. They had showed like a 5-minute action scene.
Yeah, I remember that with them on the hilltops. It looks like Greece.
Yeah,
I remember that on the rooftops, not the hilltops.
But was it? Yeah, I don't know like what they're really doing, but they didn't show really Black Manta fighting all that much. I felt like you saw a little bit of Black Manta versus Aquaman, but most of it was Mirror running away from those, you know, his minions. You know? Yeah. Yeah, like... God,
I'm so excited for this.
The villains are cool.
This is what I'm saying. Cool. Like, this has me more hooked than the Captain Marvel trailer, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Captain Marvel trailer was cool. They were
coming out on the same day.
It was a cool trailer, but it's not that interesting. I don't know anything about the villain. All I really know is what I already knew.
That's right.
You know, she was on Earth, she went there, she became powerful, and then she came back, and she didn't remember that she was there first. Somehow that's going to be a story.
There's going to be something big to it, I feel like, but they're just like...
you know what I have it? I have a feeling the big twist in this movie, if there is a big twist...
Okay, I want to hear it.
...is that Nick Fury is a Skrull.
That would be sweet.
And, like, the real Nick Fury was captured... And, like, that's why he gets on good terms with her. Because he rescues her.
But why would he be sending out the message at the end credit scene of Infinity War? Why would he do that?
No, because in that movie, she ends up rescuing the real Nick Fury.
Oh, okay. So you're not
saying so they resolve it within the movie. It's not like he's a Skrull and they let that go all the way for 90... For how many, was it, 30 years?
To be honest with you, thinking about it now... I think we will get something similar to what you're saying, but I think it's going to be more like there's a Skrull, but it's going to be in Avengers 4. Because remember, we're going to get a secret villain in Avengers 4.
Yeah, we are.
We don't know who it is. The Skrulls very well could be that villain. At least, like, you know, say like Hawkeye or someone, a big character is a Skrull. That would cripple the Avengers big time. You know, like
do you think? But huge. I think this movie's gonna end in a triumph as opposed to a tragedy.
Oh, it definitely will. It definitely will. There's gotta be some secret villain though. That's already been shown. It's gonna happen. I don't know who it's going to be, but I say Thanos and the Avengers teaming up to take out somebody else.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be Nebula for as far as Avengers go because she's still in it.
I can see that. That'd be cool.
I think she's still in it. I think that would be a great end to the character that's kind of been built up over this time. I think she's gonna
take. Think so?
I think she's gonna, just like in the comic, I think she's gonna get the Infinity Gauntlet, and she is going to just try to kill Thanos, and she's gonna wreak havoc. And I think it's just gonna I don't think she's gonna be able to control the Gauntlet, and I think it's just gonna I think some weird stuff is gonna happen.
I think it's going to be. I think it has to be either connected to Captain Marvel in the Captain Marvel movie, or I think it's going to be connected to just Thanos and the Eternals, because we know the Eternals movie is coming. I think they have to expand on it and really show that kind of backstory of Thanos and just like the Eternals in some way. You know, maybe it's like Thanos' father, Kronos. He's a big villain, but not really. I mean, he's a big villain, like power-wise, but not like well-known. You know, it could be something like that. I think it's gonna be some like villain that we just never really seen.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it. They're gonna do something amazing. I know it, but you know, we don't know for sure. But of course, that really does it for this episode of the Webhead Podcast. Of course, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. Quinn, do you have to let's say goodbye to these good people?
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another week of the podcast. We do apologize for taking a little break over the Thanksgiving, but it was a pretty busy time for us. And we do appreciate your feedback. As always, we got a lot of great feedback on our last podcast, and I really do appreciate all that stuff. And just looking forward to the next one with you guys.
Heck yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely with I think we both had a lot of work over Thanksgiving break in the last couple of weeks. It's been absolute hell, I'll say that. But we're definitely going to have more consistent podcasts come out. And we're definitely, and even on my channel myself, I'm going to be having more videos come out. So don't worry, it's all coming back. We're going to come back. We've just been busy for a little bit. But thank you very much for your patience, and thank you very much for tuning in. We do thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.